Mamam. Yabba yabba dooey, yabba dooey, yabba dooey. First video of 2025 and I have nothing to talk about. I don't know. So the problem with Christmas and the problem of going home and taking a break is I stopped doing art and I stopped studying and a lot of things just stopped because you got other things on your mind. You've got family, you've got Christmas, your holidays. But with art and with being creative and with honestly a lot of things, you really gotta keep with the flow. Once you're in the flow state, then you're in the flow state, and then once you break out of the flow state, you just stop. I just didn't do shit for like 2 months, which is fine. Like there's no pressure for anything. But then I thought, okay, I need to do some shit. And the only real way to get back into it is to start with the lowest common denominator shit. Like literally just do the most basic thing, and then from there get your gears going and get shit started. So I went and did the lowest common denominator shit. Like normally I would try to challenge myself and try different poses, and I really want to do this like really cool like Pokemon background where I do this like physical art and then I do the line art from that and I import it digitally, color it in, and you get this really nice like death mat or whatever. And I've been putting down the back burner since forever because everything stopped and I couldn't get the motivation to restart it. So anyway, let's go back to lowest common denominator. This is just a pose. I drew the pose. It's the most basic pose where things are just slightly slanted, no hands, no nothing. No angles, no nothing. It is the most lowest common denominator shit. Okay, well I got the pose looks fine. So there's two options with it. I could have just done generic girl and just like fashion her however I wanted. Or I could sort of base it off a different character. And forgive me, but it's so embarrassing to do my own OC characters. It's just like, why are you doing this? What's the fucking point? So some sort of characters which would fit the kind of vibe, because I already kind of knew what kind of clothes I want to stick onto it. So I just needed a character that kind of fit the vibe. The only character that could fit the vibe was that girl from Darling in the Franxx, the blue haired one, not the pink haired one, 02. I think that was about it. And I really didn't want to do that. Because I knew it's going to be really dark colors. We're talking about blues and blacks and like really punk rocky kind of style. Then I didn't really know any characters like that. So then what I did instead was oh, I'm dying inside. It's supposed to be Ishtar. It's not. You know, from Fate. I like the show. She has black hair. It really doesn't fit the character. The whole nothing fits. Honestly, it's just I needed to get my gears running, and it didn't really matter if it made sense or was particularly good. I just needed to do something. So here you see me just doing the line art. Honestly, the pose is so good that it didn't actually matter what I did. On my Instagram, I was sick for about a week, and because I was sick for a week, I couldn't really move out of my bed. So I was just like scrolling through Instagram shorts, and I didn't have the mental capacity to stop myself from looking at Instagram thoughts. So my entire Instagram now is like half naked Asian woman, which I am not proud of, and I'm trying to get out of that. But because of that, the only inspiration I have is that kind of style. So with this design, it's a lot of that. So what they normally do is either they have like a leotard or like underwear pulled really high, pants really low. This is so embarrassing. It's not embarrassing that I'm making the video, it's just explaining it. Because in this case, it's just primal thoughts. It's not like high concept, I want to elevate myself and elevate the world. It's just, I needed to do something, and this was the only something to do. So anyway, line art came out really well. I am very proud of it. I really like this pen style. Because there's so much texture that comes with pen on paper. Because every mistake you do is kind of like forever written down in there. And just the fact that ink on paper has like a bit of bleed into the paper, so all the lines become a little bit blurry. It looks really good. The fact there's something in real life, something 3D that I can actually like see, not just on my screen, makes things so much better. So I really like how this came out. That's why I'm like forcing myself to get through it. Then I digitized it and then took forever to clean up. Honestly, the biggest problem is not just that I stopped doing art, is I also really stopped studying. And and I can't get back into the mood of like, okay, how do I study again? I'm doing like an hour a day, and even then I'm trying to kill myself because it's so fucking boring. Generally right now I'm looking at optimization problems, but it's more optimization in a math sense. So it's the conic set of S, where S is defined as a set such that every conic combination of elements x in the set blah 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 theta I x, right, theta 1 x1 plus theta 2 x2 dot 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 theta k xk equal is element of the set S such that theta I plus theta 1 blah blah blah. Anyway, it's boring. All my subjects I'm studying this term are incredibly boring, and I used to be able to force myself through it, but I'm just so burnt out. But then because there's always this pressure to like do work, I always feel like shit whenever I don't do work. So essentially I'm always miserable. I'm not miserable, I'm just not happy. So now I'm at a stage where I have put down the base mask for the colors. I just don't know what colors to put. So this is quote unquote supposed to be Ishtar from Fate. So in that sense you can see how I made the underwear black, and then the top is supposed to be white, the hair is supposed to be black, the ribbons in the hair is supposed to be black, eyes are supposed to be red and all that jazz. But because it's sort of like a ink on pen kind of look, what personally to me stands out really nicely is if you keep it sort of like a manga gradient, where you have either really toned down or just black and white colors all the way through. So anyway, as of recording this, I don't know what colors to put, and that's okay. I will figure it out before this video posts. The only reason I'm making this video is because I think this looks really good and I need to share it. But I've gotten the gears running, and there's other arts that I want to do. So before I move on to another project, I gotta at least finish this project to some level of completion. So here we go. Anyway, I think I am going to turn this into either a phone wallpaper, or what I really want to do is stick it in the back of my phone cover. And I do think it's good enough. Like there's two sides to it. There's the I am kind of rushing through it just to finish it, so I'm not like stopping to look and actually see it, see if it's good or not. But there's also the part where I think I'm good enough right now, where everything I do is at least somewhat decent. So I just need to print it out, stick it in the back of my phone, and I don't think anyone will not like it. Most of the artworks I do now, people tend to like. I think I'm probably one of the, not the best, not enough to make a career out of it, probably one of the best people I know when it comes to art. Anyway, this is a quick video. I just wanted to, you know, kickstart 2025 with a little bit of whatever. Nice watching you. See you if I ever make another video, or I die from university.